What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap as the Lakers destroy the Houston Rockets 120-102. Let's go, baby. That's what I've been waiting on. Great championship defense tonight. Absolutely loved what Anthony Davis did to Christian Wood. I mean, if Christian is wood, then that means Anthony Davis is flames. He's fired, man, because he shot him with this flamethrower. Completely burned him and made his example out of him early on. Now, Christian finished up with good numbers, and he's a very good player. But here's the thing. They deserve this loss big time. Let me tell you why. Christian was talking mad smack before they faced Anthony Davis and the Lakers. He thinks he's on par with AD. Well, he's wrong. Most of his points were off of lobs and pick and rolls. AD worked for his, man. It was all skill. Anthony Davis almost had a perfect night. Completely destroyed him. And we did this win was for Markieff Morris, who didn't get any justice early on in the game. So that's what y'all get, man. Why is it that every time we face the Houston Rockets is some baloney, some BS, some bullcrap? If it ain't flopping, it's James Harden hooking LeBron, getting free throws. If it ain't that, it's some other bogus thing going on. What Boogie did tonight lost major points with me, man. I lost a lot of respect for DeMarcus for what he did. I didn't like it. That was dirty twice, right? First with Keith, then with LeBron hitting him in the noggin. All bad. Steven Scott, he said, "What's up, Dan? Now at the Lakers. Now these are the Lakers I remember." Yes, that's why we're hard on them, because we know what they're capable of. And when they're motivated, including Anthony Davis, insane. They played out of their mind. My God, we got to talk about some hoopers here because the Lakers are stacked. And tonight it showed once again. LeBron James, another good game, 18.7 assists, a steal, a block. Anthony Davis, complete monster, man. He was a plus 29. Normally I don't look at that, but he had 27 points, almost perfect. He shot 90% from the field. Think about that. Completely cooked Wood. Like him and LeBron abused Wood so much in the paint that I think he changed his name to Catholic Wood. You know, he went from Christian Wood to Catholic Wood. I said it on my Twitter timeline, man. It's crazy. And let's not forget what TAC did off the bench with 4 steals, 17 points. Man, he continues to get better and better. This kid is going to be phenomenal when he hits his peak. Montrezl Harrell, another monster game. You know, he was what was it? 8 rebounds, 15 points, 16 points off the bench. I'm sorry, 13 for Kuz, 8. What was it? For Shooter, it was 8, but he played a masterful game. He got everybody involved with 7 assists, a couple of steals. Played excellent defense. The whole team came together tonight in the absence of what's his name? Wesley Matthews. Yeah, and basically we had no Markieff either. So, but I really wanted to talk about, we know Anthony Davis is special. We know LeBron is special, but we got to talk about one kid, man. Goes by the name of Taylor Horton-Tucker. This kid is talented, man. This kid is super talented. He has all the tools to be a star in this league and the confidence to go with it. That's the key. Now, coach eventually is going to have to open up a lot more minutes for him because he's everything a coach could want. He plays excellent on-ball defense. Did you see his hands? His hands remind me just of Kawhi's hands, the way he can reach in there and just cookies all day, cookies. Taylor Horton-Tucker needs more minutes. I'm talking 25 plus now. He's earned it. His handle, phenomenal. The way he attacks the basket, great. Decision-making, awesome. Defense, A+. What is this kid's weakness? Like, yes, he can improve the shooting, but other than that, he's already a very good set shooter. And he's only going to get a lot better, man. If Gary Payton is the glove, what's that make this kid, right? Now, I know it's early. We don't want to disrespect legends, but we got to come up with a cool nickname. It ain't the claw, that's Kawhi. It ain't the glove, that's Gary Payton. What's a nickname for Taylor Horton-Tucker, I'm sorry, with his huge hands and I don't know. We got to come up with something, man. We got to come up with something because the kid is just phenomenal. He continues to impress, you know, day after day. But this game, what I liked the most about it was our defensive intensity. As soon as that BS happened with DeMarcus, I feel like the team stepped up big time, and we took off on them. They shouldn't have done that. They pressed the red button, and they got ejected. You know, that's what and it was BS because my boy Keith got ejected and Boogie didn't. What is going on with the NBA? We never get the benefit of the doubt. Like, he said, call him clamps. I like that, Nemo. I like that, clamps. Yo, he does clamp up. Like, he rises to the occasion. It don't matter if he's facing third stringers or Kawhi Leonard. He's going to clamp you up. And by the way, look at the defense tonight, guys. We basically held this team under 100. I mean, they got over with their third stringers got them over. But check this out. David Nwaba, we held him to 6 points. He's not really a scorer. PJ Tucker, 4 points, minus 18. Christian Wood, 23 points, minus 21. James Harden, John Wall, 14 points, minus 28. James Harden, 20 points. That's their starting lineup. Completely shut them down. We obliterated the Houston Rockets, and that's what I like to see. This was one of our first tests. Now, granted, they don't have a winning record this year. The West got tougher, but we're at the top of the West. This gets us our 8th victory, and we're tied for best record in the league with a couple of other teams. Jameson, he said, I guess Christian Wood regrets poking the bear because AD went off tonight, and THT was dynamite. Yes, sir. And here's the thing, man. I said it pregame. I said, I expect Anthony Davis to have a ball game because of what Christian Wood did. Look out for him, I said. And I'll take AD 10 times out of 10. I told you guys this pregame. Christian Wood is a good player. I'm not taking nothing away from him. But he better not even compare himself to the champion, the defensive player, the real defensive player of the year in Anthony Davis, and an MVP candidate when he's firing on all cylinders like tonight, because they're just on two different pages, man. Anthony Davis is at the front. Anthony Davis is the cover of the book. Christian Wood is in the middle of the pack somewhere, somewhere where nobody gets there. Nobody gets to read. AD is prime time. He's the Page magazine. Christian Wood he gets himself a nice little section this year because, he's playing good. But come on, somebody. Put some respect on Anthony Davis' name. I've been defending him for too long. Yes, he's been battling injuries early on, but I expect greatness out of the kid. He's the best big man in the NBA, and tonight he showed it with his phenomenal touch, his great footwork, and just his insane defense. What do you have, like 4 blocks? Guys, best two-way player in the game right now. Now, I want to talk about somebody else that has really been stepping it up lately, and I absolutely have grown to love this guy. It went from hating him because he was on the Clippers to now loving his energy and what he brings here to the team. Montrezl Harrell, man. The Trez factor. This man is truly an X factor. I love the way he's been playing. His footwork, when he gets on a little ISO, it's fun, man. He got a nice little crossover drop step, and he finishes almost everything around the basket. He's truly phenomenal, man, and I'm so happy we got him. I truly am. He's going to be such a Trez factor in the playoffs. I'm looking forward to that. And not just that, but he's added a mid-range jump shot, which he didn't have earlier in his career. Montrezl Harrell did not have a mid-range jump shot early in his career. He's added that. He's become more lethal because now you can't give him too much spaces. He can knock that down. And if you front him a little too much, he's going to beat you with that nice little drop step. He has a nice little handle as well. He'll get to the basket at will. One move him, boom, he's gone. So he is something truly like phenomenal to watch. And we haven't had that type of player. I mean, he's so old school. Reminds me so much of Dennis Rodman. So much. That type of impact player. So, Montrezl Harrell, the Trez Predator. I like that. I definitely like that, Laker Nation for life. Yes, the Predator, because he executes, man. He's out here killing folks in the paint. Absolutely. Great nickname. And another one I want to give credit to is Alex Caruso, man. His hustle, his play style rarely comes up in the stat sheet. He's rarely the one that they're talking about in the post-game recaps. But let me tell you something, man. Since he's got back on the roster, he's already made an impact, knocking down wide open shots, playing phenomenal defense, and getting his teammates involved. This kid is such a keeper. I love this team from head to toe. Yes, we do have a weakness in the paint still. Marc Gasol's still flat-footed, and he's still slow. But if we just address that, we'll be a perfect team, like as close to perfect as possible. We got so much better offensively from last year, and we're still coming together, and there's still room for improvement. And I told you guys about our bench. I told you the reason I didn't like starting certain players like Trez or Kuz is because our bench gets weaker. So when we're healthy like this, you see the full magnitude of the bench. And we're still missing Wesley Matthews and Markieff Morris, who got ejected in the first quarter. So you gotta love it, man. You gotta love the way the Lakers came out here and took care of business. Now, this is a team that made us proud from last season. This is a team I recognize on the defensive end. I was hard on them the last game, but I love what they did this game, and they got to build on this. Now, we play this team again in a couple days. And so we're going to be very curious to see how Boogie, if he continues to be dirty. I'm very disappointed in DeMarcus. I'm a fan of his game, but, man, is this guy a big baby. He's a big bully, man. Like, bro, he straight hacked downwards at the ball all hard. Like, bro, you're guarding LeBron. Watch out for his head, Like, you got to be more aware of what you're doing on the court, Boogie. You already had a technical anyways. He got ejected rightfully. So that was That was some karma for you because he should have got ejected for what he did to Keith. Then he said, much better. See what happens when we play some D? Exactly. Then and this is a defense wins championships. So this is what the Laker fans want to see. Yes, we love offense, of course, especially when they're running and gunning, like my boy Q said. They are fun to watch when they're running and gunning, right? But in the good words of one of my Twitter followers, Little Red Riding Wood, better be careful because the big bad wolf is gonna huff and puff, man. The big bad wolf, you don't want to tug on his cape because he's gonna come get you, man, for real. Better learn your lesson next time, Christian Wood. You know what I'm saying? Maurice Harris, he said, THT is impressing me more. I'm glad he's getting more minutes. Absolutely. And the thing about the kid is the number one thing I love about him is how decisive and poised he is. The kid knows exactly when to attack, when to play make, and he's always playing solid defense. Solid to excellent defense. He's only going to get better. I've been telling you guys this since the G League, man. This kid is phenomenal. And he has all the tools. The wingspan, 7'1" wingspan, long arms. And the handle, he has the handle of a point guard, man. He's out here crossing over folks, doing spin moves and all kinds of spectacular superstar type moves. And he's only 20 years old. Think about that. And he's learning from the best, man. He's learning from great coaches like Jason Kidd, Frank Vogel. You know, he's learning from LeBron James, Anthony Davis. He's the great ones absorb everything. You don't think Kobe Bryant learned from, Eddie Jones? That 1 year he played with him? You don't think so? Of course he did. Of course he did. You know what I'm saying? The great ones, they absorb everything. They're like Mega Man. They take everybody's powers and add them to their own game. But, man, I love the way this team is built with the exception of our center. That's the only thing we need to address. But once we address that, there's nothing else I can ask for. What number am I wearing? The GOAT's number, man. Of course, brother. Of course. He said, I love THC attacking the paint. He has all the tricks in the bag. Like the way he attacks, he has every single counter move, and I love it. I love it, man. Great hands to finish, soft touch around the basket, and the athleticism. He's uber athletic. Did you guys see that breakaway dunk when Caruso stole the ball? Uber athletic, man. Shanna said, how about the outlet passes tonight, Dan? He said the left-handed full court pass by LeBron was absolutely ridiculous. LeBron James never ceases to amaze me, man. This guy's spectacular. Like, we don't give him enough credit because literally my whole show would be about LeBron. I'd be like basically like ESPN. My whole show would be about LeBron if I talked about all his greatness. But seriously, we're blessed. We're witnessing something magnificent. Laker fans, we're truly spoiled. We're lucky, man. We get the best of the best coming through here. And LeBron is just the latest example of that. Even at 36, the guy's out here out hooping 20-year-olds, man. Like, if that ain't spectacular, I don't know what is. But tonight, man, the defense got me so hyped, man. Y'all don't even know how good it feels to know that this team is capable of playing this type of defense and on a high-power octane offense, right? It's not like we faced, some, whack offensive team. Not tonight. We faced a really good offensive team. But we're just a way better team. Raekwon said, how about the Rams? Let's go, baby. Horns up all day. Hey, those Rams, man, talking about defense, I'm very impressed by their defense. I think if we get lucky enough to get to the Super Bowl, it'll be because of our defense, because our offense has a ways to go. He said, hey, DTLF, congrats on the win. Glad you guys kicked some Rockets behind. I'm disappointed in Boogie Cousins. I thought he was a bit dirty. Don't you agree? God bless you. Thank you, bro. I lost tremendous respect for Boogie tonight, all in one night. Because you know what? I said the first play, I said, all right, let's let it slide, whatever. Emotions were high. He was trying to protect his player. Cool. Keith is known to be a hothead as well. So they just bumped heads. One thing I'll tell you, man, when Keith got all up in his face, Boogie, the bully, he disintegrated. He walked away quicker than Speedy Gonzalez. Like, he didn't want no part of that smoke. So true colors always get revealed when the knuckles come up. That's when you know who really about that life and who is it. And Boogie is not about that life. And he shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, he just coming off of all kinds of injuries and stuff. The last thing he needs is to lose another paycheck. But I didn't like the way he acted. It reminded me of his younger Sacramento King days when he was always getting ejected and fighting reporters and stuff. I thought he matured, and I was rooting for him, but not after tonight, man. I definitely don't like what he did. You know what it is, man. Once you mess with Laker family, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Lakers should just take his ring and give it to me. at this rate, if he's going to act like that. He said, Dan, what do you think about Taylor Clamper Tucker? Dude, you guys know exactly how I feel about that kid. I've been loving this kid since the G League last year, man. I wanted Coach to call him up. He was on my radar. I told you guys, and I'm glad Coach finally got to see what everybody else was seeing, because again, that kid, he made great plays last year in the playoffs. His rookie season. Not many rookies can say that. He impacted a whole game. I think he had like 9 points one game off the bench. His first game in the playoffs I think it was versus these very Rockets, if I'm not mistaken. And you absolutely have to love what the kid stands for. He has all the tools, man. He has the length, athleticism, hands. He has a nice jumper as well, and elite attacking abilities. Like the way he attacks reminds me a little bit of a combination like Darren Williams, Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, Mitchell's a little bit more explosive, but he reminds me of those players, man. And those are great comparisons. I'm like salivating over what his potential could be once Coach gives him the full keys to show out. When he gets 25 plus minutes, oh man, THC is going to be TNT, because like my boy right here says, he's dynamite. Absolutely. He said AD chopped the wood to make that barbecue chicken, man. You know what? Christian Wood ran into Christian Metal, and that's Anthony Davis. Like, there's one thing, Wood is having a great season. All right. We're not going to take away from that. We're not haters. Laker fans, realistic. He's having a great season. Congratulations. Keep a champion, defensive player of the year, MVP candidate out of your mouth, Christian. You're not on that level, bro. I'm sorry. You're a system player. You look great in the Houston Rockets system. Good for you. How many years you been in the league? About time. Now, you haven't done enough. You haven't done enough to yap. I mean, nobody should really ever yap, especially when you're going up against champions. But you definitely haven't done enough in your career to even compare yourself. You're not on the same sentence as Anthony Davis. You're not in the same stratosphere. But he had to learn. He had to learn the wrong way. He said, great win for our Lakers. We haven't scratched our surface, and the league is in danger because we're hecka stacked. My goodness, Taylor has a bright future. AD cooked chopped wood tonight and burnt them. Flamethrower. Staley said, love this team a lot. I love this team. I love this team as well. But we still got work to do. I will tell you that, because we got to keep the same energy when we play a team that's above 500 and play the same way. That's the only thing. We haven't played like this versus a team above 500. Oh, I'm lying. We've played like this against a team above 500, but I'm talking about the real contenders. To me, the Rockets aren't real contenders. I mean, their whole season has been in turmoil since before the NBA started because of the trade request. That's always going to be a distraction. As long as they have James Harden, they're not going to get very far. But I will say this. They have a lot of talent. I love what John Wall's bringing to that team. Obviously, Christian Wood having a good season. James Harden, I would subtract him. I would have been traded him for Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, 4 or 5 first-round picks, whatever it takes, because that's the only way they can start building upwards. But I'm not concerned about the Rockets at all. He said, let's put the brakes, people. We might lose tomorrow against these Rockets. Hopefully not, because that'll basically throw everything away. But here's the key is that we have to keep the same intensity. Tonight, it was the opposite. We locked them down. We didn't give up how many wide open threes did we give up? I could probably count them on one hand, right? That's a good thing, because these past games we were giving up like multiple threes. I couldn't count them with 4 hands. So it's a huge improvement. They have to bottle this same energy. Whatever they were motivated about tonight, use that. Fuel to your fire moving forward. And again, we face these very same Rockets in a couple days, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the whole clash that happened between Markieff and all of them, right? And all of them. Vinny, you a hater, bro. You come. I'm gonna have to block. You always come on here saying hater stuff. I try to ignore you, bro, but you desperate for attention. No negative energy, man. We're gonna surround ourselves with positivity. Lakers win. Haters mad. Cry me a river. Same story, different toilet, man. He said, hey, Dan, how many shots on average would you want AD to take this season? Though, if he stays aggressive, man, anywhere from 15 to 20 per game. Yeah, heck yeah. He said, hey, Dan, where can I send you a Lakers gift through UPS? I got something for you, bro. Oh, I appreciate that, bro. Hit me up on Twitter or Instagram at Dan, a Lakers fan, or DTLF247 on Instagram. Either one, bro, I'll hit you with that information because it's private. I don't have a PO box. So, yeah, I'm going to hit you with that information if you need it. I have a safe location where you can send that, and I will definitely share it with the Laker fam. I appreciate it, man. Anything you guys send out, truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, man. What city am I from? I'm from Compton, California, man. The 310 West Corregidor Street. He said, all players look great tonight. Great effort on both ends. And that's all we want, JL. That's all Laker fans expect. We expect effort. Now, even if you lose a game, I'm okay with it as long as there was effort and we competed. Sometimes it's not going to go your way. Sometimes the refs are going to be trash. Sometimes your shot's not going to fall. Sometimes, it's not going to be your night. But here's the key. We have to continue to tug away and get better. And we just want to see the effort. As a fan base, that's all you want. He said, hey, 310 gang, I'm from Torrance. Okay, Sam, I see you, bro. We was neighbors then, huh? He said, Dan, Boogie came in mad because he didn't get that ring with the Lakers. I don't know what his issue is, but he needs to grow the heck up, man. He needs to mature. You're in the NBA. You have an opportunity, golden opportunity. Another team gave you a shot after a lot of teams had lost faith in you, and you need to capitalize on this opportunity. You need to, he's always been a hothead. Cool out, bro. Big fan of his game, but he needs to stop trying to be a bully. He's not going to bully nobody. He learned today there's always a batter wolf on some team that's going to end up punching you in the mouth. Markieff was ready. He wanted all the smoke, and Boogie wasn't having no part of that, man. Boogie got some major nightmare flashbacks when he seen Markieff. Those Morris twins don't play. Those guys are real dogs, for real. Joseph, he said, LeBron James got it even at age, still go Lakers. Bro, LeBron James is like wine. It just gets better with time. He ages like fine wine. Very similar to the nickname that Kobe gave himself, at the end of his career, Vino. That's very similar, man. Very similar. Price of Freedom, he said, yo, Dan, did you stay with Amazon? No, I didn't, man. I didn't. I got terminated. Y'all want to hear the full story on that? It's very juicy. Go check out my podcast, man. Definitely check out Beyond Sports with Dan. Go check that out, man. Look me up, bro. You're going to want to hear that story. He said, hey, Dan, your opinion on LaMelo Ball? He had his first triple-double last night. Kid is special. I told you guys, I like this potential, but I needed to see what he did in the NBA. A lot of people already knew he was going to be good. Me personally, I didn't really follow him like that. Like, I wasn't a LaMelo stan or nothing like that. I don't really get to see him play in a high school that much. I saw the highlights and stuff like that, but I'm not one of these people that get overhyped just based on highlights. I need to see great, leadership, body language. It all matters when I try to scout players. That's how I be nailing it most times, right? But I will say this, as far as LaMelo, he looks like the real deal. Early on, I've been watching his games. The youngest to a triple-double, and that's nothing. He's not even starting. That's what people don't understand. James Borrego, man, God bless his soul. He's Mexican like me, so I'm rooting for him. But if he does not start LaMelo Ball, he's going to end up losing his job because this kid is special. I don't care if Devontae Graham or Teddy Rozier were great. They're a losing team. You got to start your number 3 overall pick, especially when he makes everybody better. Those guys don't make everybody better. They just get buckets. If I'm the Hornets, I'm looking to trade one of them and give me some other complementary piece that'll fit in with the team, maybe a 6-man candidate. Thanks, Vern. Appreciate you, man. It will work out. I will be dedicating myself fully to YouTube and to my podcast, as well as other little side things I have. Like I bought stocks and just, messing with the stock market and stuff. A lot of people say invest in Bitcoin and stuff like that. So, you got to do what you got to do. But I'm a hustler, man. I'm never down. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a blessing in disguise. The last time that I was let go because I broke my hand, I ended up starting this very YouTube channel. And now it's, a couple years later, it's at 13,500. It's going to keep shooting up because good things happen to those who work hard. Trust the process. He said, hey, Dan, have you ever seen Karl Malone play big time? Hothead. Yes, I did. Karl Malone as well, man. Honestly, I was never a big fan of him. I know he was great as Utah days and all this. But, yeah, dude seems kind of like a jerk, to be honest with you. Is my podcast on YouTube? No, it's not on YouTube, man, but you can definitely find it on a couple other platforms. You can find it on Anchor. It's a brand new app. Definitely check that out. You can find it on TuneIn Radio. You can find it on a lot of other streaming apps, but just not YouTube. Yeah, they don't support YouTube as of right now. But definitely, if you get a chance, man, go ahead and check that out. It's called Beyond Sports with Dan. Yours truly, and the first 2 episodes are out. I think they're pretty good. I've gotten some good feedback, so people loving it. I'm gonna keep doing it, man, as long as people request it. He said, "Appreciate it, Williams. Thank you, brother. You guys are awesome." He said, Always enjoy the post-game live feeds from you. Appreciate you, man. Khalil, bro. That's a dope ass name, by the way. He's a Clipper fan, salty. Montrez is a Laker. Oh yeah, but you know what? Even before Montrez was a Laker, Clipper fans was always salty because they're not us. They want to be us so bad, but they can't. They can't. They don't have any hardware, right? On ring night, guess what they was getting? PS5s. We was getting championship rings. They were getting PS5s. That's the difference, man. Some franchises just like to play games. Others mean business. That's the whole that's the whole comparison right there. He said I should upload my podcast to YouTube too. Well, I mean, this is as close to a podcast, bro. I have my if you're interested in my opinions and my thoughts outside of basketball, you have two options. You can either check that podcast out, or you can go on my second channel, The Bad Cave. I'm gonna be doing a lot more stuff over there, like reaction videos. I'll be watching videos with you guys and reacting on that second channel. And on this channel, I'm gonna try to keep it strictly basketball, but I will also open up other type of videos for this channel, but that have to do with the Lakers or with the NBA at least. But for sure, check that out, man. I got a lot of stuff on the horizon now that I have time. See, I'm the type of person that I rarely have time, but when I do, I try to make the most of it. And that's what you have to do in life to be successful, because you only live one time, man. And if you throw your life, away, just wasting your time consistently, not trying to be productive, it'll come back to bite you as you get older, man. You won't have nothing to show for it. He said, hey, did you get your stimulus check? Yes, I did. I was blessed enough to get it, man, and it helped me pay the bills. So I'm thankful for that. Hopefully you guys get yours soon. If not, I will call my bank. Chase got it like 2 weeks after everybody else got it. And a lot of people that have Chase still haven't got it. So you're definitely going to have to do your research on that, brother. He said, what's your channel's name? My second channel's name is called The Bat Cave. And I think I spelled it and then space, bat, one word, and then cave, another word. I think. If not, try it the other way. But yeah, it's called The Bat Cave. So far, I've only put in gaming videos there, but that's going to be a way bigger channel than what you think. I might even vlog over there. I might let y'all into my world a little bit. Maybe put some hooping videos over there. I got a lot of stuff coming up, man. You guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. And I'm looking forward to it because I love connecting with you guys in every single way. That's what the podcast is for. You can follow me on Twitter. I have an Instagram. I rarely interact on Instagram, but I still have it there. And just check it out, man. If you guys want to connect, I truly appreciate the support. It should be fun, man. I'm looking forward to this. I'm truly hyped. I haven't been this hyped about life in a long time, man. He said, how does LeBron's play this late in his career not make him the GOAT? It does, Slush. It absolutely does. And I'm a diehard Kobe fan. He'll always be my favorite player. Don't get it twisted. But I feel like LeBron will go down as the GOAT. I mean, how can you not? How many times has this man not been in the finals? How many championships does he have? His repertoire, his arsenal is filled with all sorts of accolades. He might end up being the best scorer of all time as far as he might pass Kareem. If he continues on this path, if he continues to age this well, he might pass everybody, shatter everybody's assist, scoring, rebound, every single record. And I think that's what his goal is. I mean, that would be my goal if I was LeBron. I got the championships. I'm going to continue to get the championships. Along the way, I might just collect the scoring title, the assist title, the rebound title, everything. Why not? Hey, Johnny said, Lakers for life from Thailand. Shout out to Thailand, my brother. He said, yo, Dan, as a basketball fan, do you think the Warriors would be better if they get Lamelo in the long run instead of Wiseman? He said, or is Wiseman just the right pick for them? I think if they would have known that Klay Thompson was going to get injured, they would have went with Lamelo. I think it would have been fun to watch Lamelo with Curry alongside of him. I mean, because you get another playmaker and another shooter there. But Wiseman, I think he's going to be a great player. Here's the thing about it's going to matter how they develop him. If they give him the green light to shoot from everywhere, he already has a skill set. If in the little bit that I've watched from him, he's still very raw. He's got a ways to go, but I have no doubt that he'll develop into a very good player, maybe even an all-star. So I think they made the right pick. But yeah, it would have been really fun to watch LaMelo there. Even though I think LaMelo will probably end up developing, better with the Hornets because they don't have a primary playmaker. Everybody on the Hornets, if you look at all their guards, all three of them, from Gordon Hayward to Teddy Rozier to Devontae Graham, all three of those guys are primary scorers. Guess what LaMelo is? He brings a different dynamic. He's a playmaker, a solid defender. He gets out there in the fast break. He looks like Jason Kidd out there with the passes. So I think Michael Jordan finally made the right pick after all these attempts, right? He missed with Kwame, he missed with Adam Morrison, he missed with Emeka Okafor, he nailed it with Kemba, but I think there was even better players in that draft before Kemba. So, he finally, I think he got the best player he could have got in his slot from the draft. He said, "Man, that's so badass. I think people are stuck in their ways with Michael Jordan still being number one." Um, you have to be objective. If you're going to be a basketball fan today's age, you have to be very objective, and that means open-minded. You can't be close-minded. You can't be an old head, man. I just turned 30. I consider myself an old head, but that's somebody who's kind of like stuck between the millennial and the old school. I'm like a good balance. At least I try to be. And I give respect to the legends from the past. I never overlook their accomplishments, but I also recognize these up and coming legends. Like LeBron's already a legend for sure, and he's probably going to be the best ever. And you have to admit the truth when it's the truth. It doesn't hurt me to say it now, especially because he's a Laker. It probably would have hurt me to say it, but I still would have had to say it had he retired with Cleveland. Regardless, like the GOAT debate is it's a debate that's going to go on forever. It's never going to be solidified because some people will always think Jordan is the GOAT. Some people will always think LeBron is the GOAT. And some people like me will think Kobe's the GOAT. And so every single era, it depends really which one you grew up in. You're probably convinced that your best player from your era is the GOAT, and so that's okay. It's all opinions, and that's what makes basketball so fun to analyze and break down. That's why I love this channel, because it's fun to go back and forth and compare and contrast. There's nothing wrong with that, See, this guy said it best. He said Jordan 90s, Kobe 2000s, LeBron 2010s. That's a perfect way to look at it. Exactly. Each one of those guys was dominated their own era. And LeBron continues to dominate the 2020s. So it'll be interesting to see how far into the 2020s before he hangs it up. But if he continues well into like 2024, 2025, it's going to be extremely impossible to make any sort of argument versus him being the GOAT. And not just me being realistic. That's me taking my personal feelings, which is Kobe Bryant, out of the way and just being objective. He said, Dan, Lakers turn up the heat. Go Lakers, bonding on D this game. Oh, yeah, Katrina, this game was a lot better defensively. I have no complaints on this game. We did kind of lapse a little bit there in the third quarter, but it happens. The Rockets start getting calls, little chippy stuff. James Harden hooking LeBron's hand. It's just like a barf brand of basketball that I hate watching, the Houston Rockets. And I don't know what it is. They always, no matter who they get, they turn him into a dirty crybaby. Like DeMarcus was out here crying. PJ Tucker is out here crying. I'm like, bruh, like, y'all got to stop this. He said, found you on Anchor, bro. That's what's up, bro. Definitely check that out. I might have another episode coming tomorrow to be determined, but I'm going to try to do it like every other day. Unless I'm feeling it, then I'll be dropping an episode. But I'm committed, guys. Stay tuned for that. Let's see. Last couple of questions. He said, love the title, bro. LOL. The reason I call them the Houston Firecrackers because they're hotheads. They were playing dirty and they flamed out just like a firecracker. I should have called them the Houston Ducks because you guys ever light up a M80 that doesn't blow up? That's what the Rockets were every single year. Overrated, and there's never any fireworks. So he said, think about 40K Bron going to achieve soon. I'm excited, man. And the best part for me is that he's doing it for the best franchise ever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's poetry, really. It's poetic justice. Like he's doing it for the best franchise ever. He's added to the collection of the greatest players ever, and he's making records on the best platform he could. There's no bigger fan base, no more loyal fan base than the Laker fan base. They hate on us. They call us spoiled. They call us dumb, all this stuff. But it's just jealousy, really. A lot of Cavs fans that came over with LeBron, they said, man, I used to think you guys were dumb fans. But now that I'm over here, you guys are the best. I've heard it. And we welcome them as well. The ones that respect the franchise, we welcome them with open arms. They're a part of the family now. And that's the beauty of basketball. It's like, when you really understand each other. Like there's some fans here that are Nugget fans, some Kings fans, some great fans over here that always show love and respect. Like that 12-year-old kid, man. He's a great kid. He's in his mind, he has no hate for talent. I wish more adults adopted his mentality. I try to be the same way. I'll be honest with you. James Harden irritates me. But outside of James Harden and all of the Clippers, I have respect for the rest of the league. So I try to be objective as much as possible. Dan, how do I find you on Anchor? Type in here, bro. I'm new to it and everything, but type in Beyond Sports with Dan. and then it should pop up. My first episode is called Know Your Worth. So if that helps, definitely find me there. I also been posting the link on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, message me and I'll give you the link. There's many ways we can set that up, but definitely appreciate you guys' support always. He said, you can't describe the Houston Rockets without the word crying, right? Isn't that crazy how they were crying about all the calls and yet they were playing really dirty, hacking? Man, seriously, Boogie almost took off my man LeBron's head right there. I'm like, bruh, like, chill out. Why do you have to hack straight down? Like there's no motion to curve around the head or nothing? Like, bro, like you got to have better IQ than that. He said, hey, Dan, are you excited about the Rams versus the Pack game? Oh, man, I'm nervous. My heart, just thinking about it right now, started pounding. You know how I feel. I respect the heck out of Aaron Rodgers, man, but horns up, baby. Aaron Donald's going to get to the quarterback. I'm ready, man. Our secondary is ready. Jalen Ramsey. Let's get it, man. Super hype. Super hype for that game. I mean, can you imagine if my Rams get to the playoffs? I'm going to lose I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it, guys. I'm going to go crazy. I might have to do a post game. I might have to do a live, Super Bowl reaction video during the game if my Rams make it to the Super Bowl. I don't know. I might have to break the rules here and do some Rams content if that's okay with you guys. He said, GOAT is overrated. For me, I loved watching Kareem giving the torch to Magic. Sucks that Shaq couldn't give it to Kobe. Now I hope James could pass it to Davis. He said, and I mean, time will. He said, time will. 2 more ships. I feel you, bro. I'm too young to have ever watched Kareem, but I mean, it must have been a blessing, man, to have witnessed that caliber of greatness. You got to see Magic and Kareem. That's awesome. So that, like you said, yeah, the GOAT debate is overrated. Anybody can say, like you just made a good case for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, greatest scorer of all time, right? The most unstoppable shot ever, the hook shot. So anybody can make a case for certain players. Now, certain players you can't even put in the conversation, but for certain players, you can make a case, and it's all objective, man. You got to love it. He said, Dan, you should start calling James Harden James Harden. James Harden. He said, that is so true. The Rockets are crybabies all day. He said, Dan, I'm going out on a limb and saying the Rams beat the Pack 27-24. Oh, man, I hope it's not that close because I'm going to be losing my hair, bro. Not that I have much of it, but I'm going to start losing it if it's that close. I'm going to be nervous. 49 Lakers, he said, I'm glad the Lambs beat the Fleahawks. Wow, man, why you got to call them the Lambs? He said, but it's Niners, though. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to disrespect the Niners. That's my brother's favorite team, but we'll see. He said, love your podcast, bro. Keep it up. Go Lakers. Thanks, Dallas. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the donation as well, guys. Look, whatever happens this Super Bowl, I just wish the fans were present. These sports are awesome to watch, but if I had to rate them, they're just a solid 7 without fans. Fans really make the excitement of the game, the noise, the crowd noise, the passion. It's just, we fans are the heartbeat of the team, and so it's unfortunate that all this great stuff is happening without fans. But I can't wait. Hopefully soon we'll be able to flood Staples Center and go watch the Rams play, live. And oh, man, I can't wait for things to get back to normal. So I might be live streaming when I go to the games, giving you guys even more content. He said, Dan, how about my Browns? The dog pound? I see you, bro. I see you, Jay. I mean, hey, man, everybody got a team, right? I don't even hate on nobody but the Boston Patriots. That's the only teams I dislike. I'm glad they suck this year. But, yeah, that's the only real team I dislike in football, to be honest with you. But, yeah, everybody else I'm cool with, man. As long as my Rams get far, though, I'm happy. Yeah, shout out to the Browns, man. They did their thing this year. They did their thing. That's what you gotta love it about sports, because your franchise can turn around like this with the right management, the right front office, and the right team building. You gotta love that about sports. Look, the Knicks look solid and formidable this year, and they haven't been right in like years. So again, that's the beauty in sports. Every season gives a new fan base hope, and we'll see what happens there with the Browns, man. I mean, they got off to a good start in the playoffs, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, wait, before I get off, my boy JR, my boy Junior, with a donation. I appreciate you, bro. He said, yo, Dan, I've been doing wafer fast too. He said, definitely a material challenge, a mental challenge. He said, more than anything. Good luck to you. Thank you, bro. And I know that's how you listen to my podcast. I touched up on that a little bit. It's a challenge, but you know what? I'm 10 days in and I feel healthy. I feel good. I feel energy. And I feel like I can give more to you guys, to the podcast, to my family, my friends, my loved ones. Like I feel more alive, man. When you start eating healthier and when you start drinking more water instead of juices and stuff like that. And for me, I completely cut off juices and sodas. It's been 10 days now. And before that, it was like 5 days before that. So, um, but I'm trying to lose count of it and just make it a continuous habit. You know what I mean? What it's not that hard anymore. Now there's all kinds of Gatorades and juices that my brother left when he came over for the weekend that I'm not gonna drink. They're just there. At first, it was temptation. It was hard. I was like, "Oh, that looks so good," and it's cold, and I'm thirsty. But I would just chug that water bottle instead, man. And then once you fill up your stomach, I came back from the park. I was thirsty. Water, cold water hits the spot. You don't need nothing else. So, all in all, man, it's just discipline, and it's about sticking to it. And you have to follow it through. Like I said in my podcast this morning, you have to follow through with what you start. If not, you'll never finish. You'll always be a quitter, man, and that's what you got to do. He said, let's see, which one should I read? He said, "Yo, Dan, when Staples Center opens, I'm gonna take you to a Laker game." He said, "I know a friend who can get us great seats. You got the knowledge, Dan. Got respect for you. Appreciate you, Danny boy. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that, man." He said, "My Titans crapped the bed today. My younger sister is a Packers fan, but I will say that I hope your Rams have a good game next week." That's right, Jameson. That's right, man. And it's always fun when you get them little sibling battles, man. And I bet you your sister was in your face about that. But yeah, man, we got you, bro. We got you next week. I know. I'm excited about that, Jose. He said, "Hey, Dan, Los Angeles has a chance to have 3 champions." That's the biggest thing right there. Imagine if we can drop a trilogy on them, then they can't deny us as the greatest city of all time. We already are, but they won't be able to deny it. He said, "That's true. Lost 30 pounds and I feel great." You see what I mean, Jay? That's what it's all about, bro. It's all about discipline and being mentally tough, mentally strong. Every time I want to give up on anything, I think, what would Kobe do? He'd probably be mad as heck right now if he was watching me over here, being a big baby about stuff. So, you know, anytime I hate the dentist. I just got what do they call it? The root canal. And I gotta go back and they're gonna remove one of my wisdom tooth next week. And then after that, they're gonna go do something else. So they're gonna break it down. And let me tell you something, man. I'm sore under my tongue because they stick a huge needle like this long inside your when they do root canal, inside your gums, under your tongue. Oh, it's the worst feeling in the world. But I always think, man, Kobe would take this like a champ. If Kobe walked to the free throw line, tore his Achilles, walked to the free throw line, knocked down 2 free throws, all I got to do is sit here and take it like a champ. That's all it is, man. That's all it is, and you have to make sure that you always, have a tough mindset. You can't be afraid of nothing, man. If you defeat fear, you defeat every single obstacle in life. That's your biggest obstacle is yourself. You stop yourself. And just a little glimpse of my podcast. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Your biggest obstacle is yourself. You prevent yourself from truly living life to its full potential. No matter what it is, whether it be hitting up some girl that you like because you think she's pretty, or vice versa, some girl, if you're a girl, you want to talk to a guy you think is good looking, don't stop yourself. Who cares? Don't be afraid of rejection. You know what I'm saying? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Who said that, right? Y'all know what it is. There's no such thing as losing, only learning. In the words of the great Bruce Lee. Come on, man. Come on, somebody. We got all these great examples, man, to help us guide us through life. All these senseis and all these masters, and that's all we got to do. But the primary one, y'all know who the greatest example is. He said, "Same here. I made eating healthy a lifestyle, not just a diet." Man, I gained 20 pounds during COVID. Yeah, y'all see the cheeks. Y'all see the cheeks. I'm gonna get rid of those, man, because right now they're like punching bags. I gained 20 pounds during COVID. I can't have that. I was too proactive, too active before COVID. I'm used to getting up and down, going out with my friends, going to play ball, going to the gym, going to playing in basketball tournaments, doing different things. I have asthma, so the heavier I get, the worse it gets. But since I gained 20 pounds, I've been losing. I lost like 4 pounds ever since. So I'm back to 16 above, and I'm gonna get not just where I was before, but I'm gonna get into better shape than I was before. So follow me on my podcast, man. I'm just trying to motivate the fam and everybody, and just keep it 100 with y'all, man. He said, yeah. Charlie said, "Yeah, man, Boogie was tripping tonight. Lost respect from him." Me too, man, and it's unfortunate. My guy Nemo said, all right, Dan, I hit you up about that gift. He said, I got to run, bro. All love from Hawaii. Damn, that's what's up. I'm going to get a gift from Hawaii. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. Much love to Hawaii, by the way. He said, when I lost weight, giving up sugar, my anxiety and high blood pressure went away like magic. It's a beautiful thing when you defeat your inner demons. It's a wonderful thing. That's what life is all about. Kobe said it best: "Is beauty in the struggle, man." He really enjoyed all the battles and all the practices. That was his favorite. He said even over the glory, that was his favorite. So you have to, for reals, you have to fight your inner demons. You're your worst enemy. Nobody. You might think some bully out there is your worst enemy. Nah. If you face him, you know what they say, right? The further you go away, the bigger the shadow looks. The closer you get, the more it starts to shrink, and you realize it wasn't that big of a monster. So you're your biggest worst enemy. And when you back away from the challenge, everything gets complicated. But when you face it, you face your demon straight up like this, boom, everything gets better, man. You start solving problems you never thought you could in life. So make sure y'all follow me on the podcast. Make sure y'all leave a subscription here if you already haven't done that. I appreciate all the support, man, all the love, all the great comments, everybody telling me that they got my back. Truly, man, it's all love. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, man. I mean it. And, y'all got my back. I got your back. We're going to continue to progress through this together, man, as one nation under God, man. But thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. And I appreciate all the support again. I'll see you guys real soon, maybe even as soon as tomorrow morning in the podcast. If not, then you know where to find me right here on the very next pregame. All right, guys, have a great night. Love y'all.